Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
First episode of 2026. We've got a banger, full slate today. We're going to be talking college football. We're going to be talking NFL playoffs. We've got a top 5 nostalgic movies you won't want to miss. But before we get into any of that, I want to talk New Year's resolutions. So, Brad, I had this thought a few days ago. I think any Giants fan would agree. The New Year's resolution for the Giants, they have to nail this head coaching hire.
Yeah.
Here's what I like finishing the season. The Giants did not go into tank mode. They won their last 2 games. You've got a quarterback who, if he can learn to slide, has proven he can play at a high level in the NFL. You have one of the game's best athletes recovering from knee injury, and Malik Neighbors at wide receiver. You've got a running back who brings juice and electricity. There is some talent on that offensive side of the ball. So here's what I was thinking. I don't think this is going to happen, but if you're the Giants, owner and GM, why not throw the bag at Kirk Cignetti? Track me here. He goes into Indiana, who at the time has the most losses in college football history. First year, what does he do? He takes him into the playoff. Year 2, he's got him in the Final Four. He turns Mendoza into a Heisman candidate, and we've got to admit it. This guy has the swagger and the brashness that you need in a market like New York City. So why not make a crazy offer and get him on board? We've seen college coaches be successful. Not all of them, but Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson. If I'm the Giants, I'm throwing whatever kind of money it takes to get Kurt Cignetti in there as my New Year's resolution. Any thoughts on that, Brad?
I don't know. I just think that he's solidified that he wants to stay at Indiana.
I agree.
I think it'd be pretty tough to get him out of there. But hey, you got a big enough bag. Who knows?
And that's the thing that I love about Cignetti is he didn't jump ship, take the job at Penn State. I love that he's trying to build something there. But it was a fun little thought exercise. Who do you think you'd like to see the Giants pick up?
So, staying on coach options, Kevin Stefanski was kind of the highest rated option for them until the Ravens bagged John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh, I got mixed feelings on him. Yeah, I think he's a great coach and, could bring the clubhouse together, put together some winning teams. But I've got a bone to pick with him, and we'll talk about it, in our recap from
top
this
5
last
NFL
week's
coach.
games. But he's a great coach, a great candidate. We got to nail the pick, and I think there's a lot of good options. Yeah, there's some dreamer options, but
they better get it right because there's a lot of teams needing coaches this offseason, a lot of firings. So
we're going to be talking about the coaching firings in the roundup. Harbaugh reminds me of a situation that happened years ago in Philly. But Jimmy, before I ask you what your New Year's resolution is, I want to set the bar real low for the Jets here, and I'm not trying to pick at you. I'm not trying to poke at you, but I'm thinking Freddie may come out somewhere in here. If I were a Jets fan, maybe my resolution is 1 interception. The Jets went the entire season without an interception this year on defense. And I just heard this wild stat yesterday. The Jets' leading wide receiver on the year last caught a pass in October. 395 yards. Garrett Wilson led the Jets in the wide receiver. Jimmy, what's your resolution for the New York Jets this upcoming football offseason?
Sell the team. I mean, it's not an easy solution. It's get the owner out of here. And it's pretty as simple as that. I mean, you just have nightmare season after nightmare season. Woody Johnson might be the worst owner in sports. He's always trying to get involved, and he's never correct. He doesn't know what he's doing. I actually did a deep dive into this guy, and he went to Arizona.
Can you feel Freddie coming out right now?
Yeah,
his great-grandfather.
Put a dip on your belly. Open a bag of chips.
This is going to be Freddie's corner.
Let us know how you really
His
feel.
great-grandfather founded Johnson & Johnson, so he grew up a billionaire kid. He went to Arizona State party school. He worked for Johnson & Johnson for 1 summer. All right? You can't even find info on what he did after work for that. And then one day as he got older, he became like a CEO of the company worth billions and bought the Jets a couple years later.
So you're saying he's like Tommy Callahan?
He is. I don't even know who to compare it to, but he's just such a bad owner. They haven't made the playoffs since 2010. And look, you could ask any Jets fan. You don't ever expect anything. I ask nothing. You say any stats about the Jets, nothing surprises me, but sell the team, please.
That's a good resolution. With my Eagles, I've mentioned it a few times on this show. My New Year's resolution for the Philadelphia Eagles, who, they're looking to repeat, and I still think the Super Bowl runs through Philly. I want Brian Daboll as offensive coordinator next year. There is no reason this team, with the talent they have on offense, should not be regularly hanging 30 on opposing teams, and they don't. The offense has been stuck in neutral all year. I'm hoping they've just been saving it for the postseason. But Brian Daboll has a history with mobile quarterbacks. He was the offensive coordinator in Buffalo when Josh Allen first got on the scene. He led Daniel Jones to a playoff win in New York, and Jones had a couple solid seasons pre-injury with Daboll running the show. And I'll take it one step further. Look at the Giants' offense when Daboll was the head coach this year, and then look at the Giants' offense after he got fired. Oh, yeah. It's a noticeable difference. So I want the Eagles to go full steam ahead with Brian Daboll, because that's been the difference these last couple of years in the Philly teams that have made the Super Bowl and the Philly teams that have struggled is the offensive coordinator and the creativity in the play calling. This year they have none.
He may be a good candidate to stick around for a few years in that position, because that's been the Eagles' problem for a while, is having guys come in as coordinators and then losing them as head coaches going out the next year.
Yeah, you can't help that, though.
It's the challenge of success.
Yeah. It's But him coming off of being a head coach, taking a step backwards, he may fit that coordinator role for a while.
And let's face it, some guys are just meant to be coordinators, right? Look at Josh McDaniel in New England. He's had chances, twice to have head coaching jobs, once in Denver, once with the Raiders. It hasn't worked for him. Some guys are just better. Look at Vic Fangio, the Eagles defensive coordinator. Years ago, he tried a head coaching gig out in Denver. It did not go well. And Daboll may be one of those guys. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we started the show with Cignetti as an ideal dream Giants hire. Let's talk a little bit about this college football Final Four. Cignetti and Indiana beat the brakes off of Alabama, 38-3.
Yeah.
It raises the question, why was Notre Dame not in the playoff over Bama?
I mean, Alabama, I think a lot of people thought Bama was overrated all year. We're still coming off that SEC dominance, I think, and and this is not to throw shade at the SEC conference. They might still be the best conference in the country, but, the days of them being ranked so high just because they only had a few losses and those days are over. There's great teams in every conference, and you can't just put a team in because what conference they're in.
Yeah, because everybody gets to pay players now, not just the SEC.
Exactly.
And, Jimmy, I know you're pumped. That Miami defense showed up and showed out against Ohio State. For me, I had 3 of these games picked correctly as far as spreads. This is the one that I missed big time. I thought Ohio State was in another league. Miami proved me wrong. We got Michael Irvin going crazy on the sidelines during those games. They picked Sayin off of twice. For me, it was the pick 6 in the second quarter. Miami's up 7-0. Ohio State is in Miami territory, putting together a nice drive, 72-yard pick 6. I feel like that set the tone, and there was no coming back for Ohio State.
You could feel that momentum just
100%
rise. At the beginning of the game, it didn't take long for that defense to make a statement.
Absolutely.
With a defense like that, you get a play like that, you go up a couple touchdowns. I don't care what team you are in the country. I mean, Miami's defense is solid, and it's hard to come back from that type of deficit early.
And I tell you what, college football is more exciting and fun when the U is playing ball like that.
And I like their upcoming matchup. I think it's each, for unique reasons, each team, Ole Miss and Miami. So I think that both of these games are going to be fun.
Well, look, that was the game of this last round of the college football playoff, was that Ole Miss versus Georgia game. Yeah. Trinidad Chambliss for Ole Miss. Let's
very fun to watch.
This story is incredible. This guy's from the Detroit area in Michigan. 0 Division I scholarships out of high school. He goes to Division II Ferris State, wins 2 national championships. In that fourth quarter, He was incredible out there. Finished the
Yeah.
game with 362 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, that Ole Miss kicker hit some clutch field goals in that game.
2 longest field goals, I believe, in college football playoff history, back to back. I think 55 and 56, or 54 and 56.
And you got to be pulling for those Ole Miss kids with Lane Kiffin leaving the team, Golden coming in.
Well, not me, but
yeah. But this is going to be an exciting game because you've got 2 different sides of the ball. We're
Yep.
going to talk offense versus defense, great offense versus great defense a little later in the show. Ole Miss puts up points. Miami shuts teams down. That's going to be an exciting matchup.
Chambliss can sling it though, man.
I don't know why he's trying to go back to school. I think there's so many QB needy
The
teams.
Jets?
Well, he's not going to be a top 2 pick, but somebody would take him.
Yeah.
If you go back to school now, there's no telling what happens next year. Anything could happen. Right now, to me, his draft stock skyrocketed, and I think he would go in the first couple rounds if he went right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Well, and especially after this game, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and you just got to love that story. I love
Yeah.
the underdog stories where these, less recruited kids play with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And then the final game, not much to talk about here. Oregon blanked Texas Tech 23-0. That Oregon defense forced 4 turnovers. Again, we've got a question. I understand you have to put Texas Tech in the college football
Yeah, they had a
playoff,
great year.
but did they play a whole lot of teams to get there? Again, difference between a Big Ten and an SEC schedule versus a Big 12 schedule. And, they got blanked in this one. So we've got Miami versus Ole Miss coming up in Glendale, Arizona. I believe that game is tomorrow night.
Yeah, yep.
This is filming Wednesday. Miami is a 3-point favorite in that one. And then we've got Oregon versus Indiana down in Atlanta. Indiana's a 3.5-point favorite. Those 2 teams met earlier this year at Oregon. Indiana got the win. These should be 2 pretty exciting football games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to watch both of them. I think both games, for their own reasons, are really going to be fun games to watch. We know what we get out of Oregon and Indiana. We saw that. And like you said, offense versus defense, this game, Miami and Ole Miss. So should be can't miss football.
I'm excited to see Chambliss go against that Miami defense. I think Chambliss has that NFL quarterback presence, presence in the pocket. He's got eyes in the back of his head. I'm excited about that game.
Hey, he's had the it factor this year. He was not supposed to be the starter this year. Starter ended up getting hurt. He comes, he balls out.
So if he has a big game against Miami, I mean, I'm going to the NFL. You're getting that money if you win. There's no point in going back to Ole Miss. The coaching carousel over there is disaster. I would leave that.
Who are you guys leaning towards on the spread there? I had it at 3.5.
It may have changed since
3?
I first. Yeah,
It's back to
The
3.
Oregon Indiana was 3.5.
I think Indiana beats Oregon again, and I would take them giving up the 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would go Oregon. I think if I was Oregon, I would take the 3.5. I'd go with Oregon. Give me that half a point.
That Miami Ole Miss game is a tough one to call. I'm
Ole
pulling
Miss.
for Ole Miss because of the story, because of Kiffin leaving. But again, it's a good story. Miami playing really well, getting into the playoff. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. I would say that's going to be a close game. If I had to pick, I'd take the Ole Miss getting 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, I would obviously only go Miami giving up 3. Just picturing that defense shutting down Ole Miss.
All right, let's switch it from the college to the pro game. Really only a couple Week 18 NFL games we need to talk about because only a few of them mattered as far as seeding went and as far as teams getting in. I think we got to start with the Sunday night game. The Ravens at the Steelers, back and forth.
Let me pick my bone with John Harbaugh.
Take the lead here, Brad.
Derrick Henry, 20 carries. 15 in the first half.
What did I text you guys before the game?
What are you doing? 5 carries in the second half.
Probably why he got fired.
112 yards in that first half, and he was steamrolling people. And that's his game. You break people down to the second half, and then you just run them over the whole second half. How do you stop giving him the ball?
Before the game, I texted you guys and said Henry needs a minimum of 30 touches this game. It looked like they were starting out that way.
On that route, yeah.
Yeah. Man, this was back and forth in that fourth quarter. Rodgers putting on the Superman cape. He looked pretty vintage on a couple of those throws.
Do you think he could be dangerous this
No.
playoffs?
No.
I mean, if he could get on a heater,
He's not.
with Metcalf back.
They play the Texans. He is not doing a thing against the Texans. I can tell you that right now.
I would not bet against Mike Tomlin, though. Mike Tomlin at home in primetime games, if you look at the numbers, it's crazy. But let's just call it for what it is. The Ravens as a team, I'm not blaming any single person, have zero clutch. Zero clutch when it comes to playoff games. Mark Andrews drops the pass last year. 2 years ago, Zay Flowers fumbles going in against the Chiefs. This kicker misses a chip shot field goal.
Yeah.
The Ravens have been prepped and primed every year, it feels like, to take that leap. They had this. They had this game. And
is Lamar gone?
Is
he going to want out of there? I mean,
to Miami.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I mean, I know, and I'm just saying, now that Harbaugh is gone, does that make, Lamar Jackson think twice about wanting a trade?
Do the Jets stop drafting quarterbacks and go after someone like Lamar?
I mean, look, if Lamar or Joe Burrow, you hear these two guys' names thrown around, that will probably be your best option. You know what they could do, but I don't know. I don't wish anyone
I'll say this. In the position Lamar's in, he does handle all these losses pretty well, though, considerably.
I mean, he had a big game, too. 238, 3 touchdowns,
but they didn't throw until the fourth quarter. You look at the number. There was at one point in the game, Lamar had like 6 pass attempts. It was an interesting game. Lamar, don't get me wrong, he showed up big down the stretch, but before Zay Flowers got loose on those 2 passes, Lamar hadn't done anything up to that point in the game.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a running back, like you said, when you have a running back like Derrick Henry,
the King sitting
give him
there,
the ball.
He looked so frustrated sitting on the bench in that second half.
And the reality is, Lamar is a guy that needs to be at full strength to be an effective quarterback in this league, and I'm not sure that he was most of the year.
No, he was injured, and so maybe it was just a down year for the Ravens, but I think they'll be back next year. Yeah,
and so Steelers get in, last game of the season. They'll be hosting the Texans. We're going to talk preview a little bit later in the show. There was another divisional game on the line here this weekend. This game took place on Saturday. The Seahawks went on the road to the 49ers. Not only was the NFC West division at stake, the number 1 seed, the bye, home field advantage, and the Seahawks straight up dominated the 49ers.
They handled them.
So this raises the question to me, why does it always seem like great defense trumps great offense? The 49ers came into this game on a heater. 2 games over 40 points, I think 37 in the other game. I'm going to give you guys a couple examples, right? Because Seattle's got one of the best defenses in the league. Yeah. They handled the 49ers in this game. The 49ers did not score a touchdown. Brad, you'll like this one. Back when your Giants defeated that undefeated Patriots team, Tom Brady and Randy Moss in the Super Bowl, that was an elite defense versus a historic offense. We've got the Patriots' first Super Bowl, the Rams' greatest show on turf, Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, NC State guy. The Pats defense ended up beating them in that game. You had the Pats a couple years ago versus Sean McVay and that Rams team that was lighting the scoreboard up, held them down. The Legion of Boom versus the historic Peyton Manning-led Broncos team. They shut them down in the Super Bowl. It seems like when it's on the line, an elite defense trumps an elite offense. And it made me think, we've had elite defenses win Super Bowl with mediocre quarterbacks, right? Trent Dilfer and the Ravens. Who was that? Brad Johnson, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team years ago with Warren Sapp. Mm-hmm. Have we ever seen an elite offense that doesn't have at least a mid-level defense? I couldn't think of one off the top of my head.
I mean, if you go back and you look at these Super Bowl winners, probably the past 10 years, I think every team has had like a top 10 defense for the most part. Yeah. So you need that. I think to win a Super Bowl, you can have an okay offense, but you need that defense that could just step up and win.
It seems like year in, year out, those teams that have the mediocre defense and elite offenses, they get knocked off in the conference championship games.
Yeah, I think defense is key, and there are some defenses with question marks at quarterback, and this is one of them. But I want to pose the question to you, Brad. We've seen Sam Darnold struggle in big games. However, his last 2 big games, he played well against the Rams in the second half. That was a big win for them a few weeks ago. He was more of a game manager in this game, but this is another big win for confidence. And I've compared Sam Darnold to breaking 80 in golf. The first time you get close to breaking 80, if you're scorecard watching, you tend to get a little bit nervous, right? And there's typically a couple times where you're close and you melt down. Double bogey on 17, hitting the water on 18, whatever it is. And then when you finally do it, it's like the seal is broken and it becomes possible. Yeah. I'm wondering if these last couple, if a few years ago, because Darnold, let's face it, with the Jets, wasn't in a ton of big games. But if a few years ago he gets his first taste of, playoff style, pressure style football, and it's like he's on the 18th green with the chance to break 80, and it doesn't happen. If he's starting to get a little bit more confident in these games, what do you guys think?
He's got the arm talent. Yeah. He's got the arm talent, but it's what's in between the ears. That's what counts, man.
I mean, look, he didn't even have a touchdown this game.
That running game just helps.
Yeah,
so
you
much.
could tell.
They didn't throw the ball much in this game.
They ran all over
If the Seahawks don't need him to throw the ball, they're like, don't throw it. Like, we'll run the ball and we'll play defense. If we need you to throw it, then do that. But to me, he didn't show me anything. And let's face it, the 49ers defense is terrible. They lost a couple of their best players, and you put up 13 points. That ain't going to work in the playoffs. I got Seahawks possibly losing early.
Ooh.
Interesting. I can't wait till we get to the NFL preview.
Now, with that being said, I would like to see Darnold do okay. He has not shown me anything, and I'm asking him every game.
Jimmy is still frustrated about Woody Johnson owning the Jets over here. All right, so there was another game, and this one raises the question: should we allow sub 500 teams into the playoffs? The Panthers lose to the Bucks. You're thinking, all right, the Bucks are maybe going to get in. They win the last game of the season. No, Captain Kirk Cousins saves the Panthers season. I heard this on the Bill Simmons podcast. Like, one of his emailers had emailed in that the Falcons, when they won that game, should have had the NFC South Panthers jerseys and champagne in the locker room, like, waiting on them, because they got the Panthers into the playoffs. Look, is it time to change this rule? An under 500 team? Could we get creative and come up with something fun? So my first idea was, okay, now this is thinking outside the box a little bit, but if there's an AFC team that was above 500, could we somehow plug them into the NFC? Unfortunately, this year there is no AFC team under 500 that there's no team over 500 that fits the mold. Yeah. But it got me thinking, in the NFC, who do we have? We had the Vikings and the Lions both finish at 9-8. If you're under 500 in any sport, you should not be in the playoffs. It defeats the principle of playing sports.
Is there too many playoff spots at that point?
That's the other question.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, but I don't know. In the NFL, there's not that many spots, I guess. What do we have, 7?
7,
But, yeah, I mean, if you're under 500, it really should go by, overall record.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's time to change that. I know a lot of these old school NFL fans are going to hate that. They don't want stuff to change.
Was this just a weird year of, lopsided? There was not a whole lot of middle of the pack. It was like you were good or you were terrible this year.
Well, speaking of under 500 teams getting in, because we have to talk about this, Brad. An under 500 team years ago gave us one of the greatest playoff moments of all times, and that was the Beastquake. Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks at I think they were 7-9. This was a 16-game season. Beat Drew Brees and the Saints, and that's when we got the Beastquake. One of the greatest runs of all time. I am really starting to question why one of these television networks does not get Jameis Winston and Marshawn Lynch combined doing games.
Ask ESPN2 from last week why they
Marshawn Lynch
can't back up.
Not curse.
He called CMC his little snow bunny.
Oh, God.
Peyton, right when he gets on, he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry about the last time," or something like, "I know I got y'all in trouble." And Peyton was like, look, yeah, they said you won't be allowed back on again if you curse this time. So he's like, all right, I'll just get it out of the way. And he just rattled him off.
I mean, that was a wild interview. Everything.
He was cracking me up.
But that's why,
it's pure entertainment. And why not get Snoop on there with him?
If you had those three guys in a booth, I can't talk tonight. If you had those three guys in a booth, Marshawn,
put it on YouTube
Snoop,
or something.
I would tune into that game. Jameis Winston serenaded Eli with a happy birthday.
Oh my gosh!
And then was talking about the oranges of the origin story of the Eat the W with the alphabet soup. I mean,
that story, the way that he talks, Jameis, is very poetic. Everything, even the eating the W story, you can listen to this guy all day. But yes, put the three of them with Snoop.
He's a very passionate man.
Yeah.
Great. Look, last question before we get to our snake draft. I want your guys' opinion because I'm a little too close to the scene here as a homer. Should the Eagles have rested their starters? So the Lions end up beating the Bears, which if the Eagles would have won their game, the Eagles would have jumped into the 2 seed. It's a difference in who you play in the first round. It's a difference in home field in that second round game if things shake out according to seedings. Should the Eagles have rested their starters? Should they have played them the first half? What do you guys think about this one?
I don't know. I mean, it depends. If you think you're going to make a deep playoff run regardless, you got to beat the good teams in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. So that just shows me how confident Sirianni and the Eagles are in their team. They don't care who they're playing. They decided we're going to rest our guys, get everyone healthy, and it doesn't matter who's in front of us. We're going to beat them.
And I think he makes the right call by just sitting them all together and not playing like half a game and getting a comfortable lead and then sitting them,
Yeah, you don't want anyone getting injured.
And you really don't know inside that locker room. I mean, Lane Johnson has been so banged up this year. They've had guys, offensive line has been like a rotating cast at times. And I kind of got that same feeling. Look, I still think the Super Bowl runs through Philadelphia. That team has the experience. They've been there. They've done that. They've got a lot of veteran guys in that locker room. It's just a matter of can they score enough points because the defense has been balling out.
Yeah, I don't see any of these offenses really keeping up with that defense.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to talk a little more NFL down the line, but we're going to take a break here. So really, what kind of kicked this idea into action, it was New Year's Day. We stayed up on New Year's Eve with the kids. It was a later night, so we had a pretty lazy New Year's Day, and I've talked with you about this plenty of times, Brad. One of the greatest joys that I have being a dad is turning my kids onto movies that were popular when we were kids. These classics, and they always end up loving them. So that's what we did New Year's Day. We found some classics. I'm not going to tell you what they are because they may show up on this list, but we've got a snake draft today. Here's the rules. The movie had to have been made in the 90s. So we can't do 80s. We can't do 2000s. We'll save those for another day. Yep. It's got to be a kid or family-friendly movie. So we're going PG rating or less. There were a couple good PG-13 ones that didn't make the cut.
That'll be another show.
And this has to be a live action. We're not talking Disney or animated movies here. So in the 90s, PG or less, live action. We've got a snake draft. Brad, I hate to tell you to get up, but I think you got to get the Mets hat over there so we can do the pick here. Man, this is going to be fun.
There is a lot of when we first talked about this, I wasn't sure. I had to think of it and go and look up movies, but I mean there is a ton of PG movies from the 90s that are incredible, that are classics, and I'm sure you'll see them on the list.
There's going to be quite a few rounds to this draft because as we started diving into this.
You want me to pick or you want to pick?
Yeah, Jimmy, you go ahead.
I didn't put my name in there 3 times.
Jimmy gets the first pick this time.
All right, number 2.
We're snake drafting.
Brad.
Okay.
All right, Brent, you're going to have the back-to-back.
All right.
I don't like that middle pick,
Yeah, it's tricky when you got space in between. All right, Jimmy, lead us off with the number 1 pick of the 1990s kid family movies, live action, non-animated. Who does Jimmy take?
Stand up.
There's a lot of movies that I could have chose, but I'm going to choose one that I think is a classic, and when my younger self, when this came out, and this is a movie called Hook.
Oh, man.
That's my number one.
From 1991.
Wow.
Now, Hook is a movie, if you haven't seen it, it's a take on Peter Pan.
Oscar award-winning cast.
I mean,
members.
Robin Williams.
Come on.
It just, it really
Julia
is.
Roberts,
Dustin
Tinkerbell.
Hoffman.
It's an incredible movie, fantasy, Peter Pan, like you said, Tinkerbell, Captain Hook, The Lost Boys.
Rufio.
Yes. There's so many lines from that movie, but to me, that was a movie that came out. I was 7 years old, and I was instantly obsessed with it.
You know what the funnest part of that movie is? The food fight.
Oh my God! I always wanted that. I don't even know what they were eating, but the colorful food.
Sherbet. Oh,
yeah, you're always like, God, that looks good. I want to do that,
Yeah.
but.
And Rufio gave us the classic phrase "bangarang."
Bangarang.
That's where that
He
came
really
from.
did lose his marbles, didn't he?
But yeah, Hook
Great
to me,
choice,
when I
Jamie.
think of 90s movies, kids, Hook is just...
Well, it's cool because
Gotta
it's
be
a
number one.
twist on the classic Peter
Yes.
Pan story. He's an adult who forgets that he was Peter Pan.
Yeah, exactly. It's, and it's really a coming of age story of sorts for the kids. The dad, he goes back, he finds his youth, finds out how to have fun again and deal with his kids instead of just being stuck at work. There's a lot of lessons in the movie.
And the actress who plays Wendy, I think she's been 180 years old for the past 50 years.
Yeah.
Great choice. All right, Brad, you got the second pick here.
Well, yeah, you took my number one pick
Wow.
off the board, so good call there. Man, this is going to be super hard.
This is
Yes.
not easy, Snake Draft. There's so many good movies on this list.
Yeah, all right. I got to go with it. I just watched it last night with two of my kids. Let's go with heavyweights.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Stiller
Amazing.
plays the ultimate villain. It's the perfect villain role. And then he kind of takes this character into a lot of his other movies down the road.
Oh, yeah.
But,
White Goodman. He's White Goodman in
White
Dodgeball.
yeah. Yep. But Tony Perkis. Perkisize. This movie had it all. I mean, we had some young children actors who was it coming from like the Mighty Ducks?
Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks.
All those kids were in the same types of movies. In the
But
90s.
yeah, I mean, it was a good cast, not a too in-depth cast, but
I have candy.
We do the body system.
It's a classic. That is a classic comedy movie to me. And it's a kids movie, but I mean anyone could enjoy that. That's how good that is.
All you need is Mother Earth, Father Sky, and your dear old Uncle Tony. This movie is iconic. Yep. Ben Stiller kills it in this movie, and then he also plays a double role as Tony Perkis' father, who shows up in the tracksuit.
The lighting fixture king.
When Tony Perkis is like backflips off the top ledge and is throwing the glass on the ground and walking on it barefooted. There's so many iconic scenes in this movie.
It's great.
Man, so that was one that I watched with my kid on New Year. With my kids on New Year's Day was Heavyweights. Great choice, Brad. Okay. This actually leaves my number one. I'm surprised the two of you didn't take it. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. I think The Sandlot, made in 1993, is such an iconic movie. You've got neighborhood legend Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Smalls moves into town. He's kind of like the square, the nerd. He's got the fishing cap with the long bill on it. Benny takes him under his wing. He gives him a ball cap. He teaches him how to catch, teaches him how to throw. You've got Ham talking smack to the yuppie kids with the uniforms. You've got Michael Squint's Polydorus, literally laying on his life on the line for a shot with Wendy Peppercorn.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Unbelievable. You've got the Red Man scene. Anybody who's ever chewed tobacco in their teenage years can relate to that scene where the kids are on the tilt-a-whirl. The 4th of July fireworks scene, the s'mores, and
Forever.
Truly incredible movie. Now I've got
lotioning.
There's so many lines from this movie. It takes place in 1962. I've got a fun little trivia fact for you guys for this one. Did you know that actors who play young teenage Benny and then older Benny when he gets on the Dodgers are real life brothers?
Yes.
I did know that.
Yeah, I did
That was
know
new to me.
that.
That was new to me as I
I
did
don't
my
know where I
research on
heard
this
it,
one.
but yeah, I did hear that one.
Okay, so Sandlot was my number one.
All right.
Number two. This is tough. Number two, I'm going to go 1994 Blank Check.
Oh, yeah.
12-year-old Preston Waters gets a blank check from an escaped convict who runs over his bicycle, and he ends up cashing it for $1 million. And we get Mr. McIntosh. We get this spending spree where he buys this castle-style house, an arcade, Nerf gun, sumo suits.
He has a water slide from his room to his pool.
Yes. We get an appearance. One of the villains trying to get after him, Tone Loc, is in this movie, which is incredible. The banker who cashes the check has the iconic line, "The eagle has landed," when the convict comes back in to get his money. Blank Check, 1994. This was such a great movie. It's like every kid's dream come true. They get
So
to get
fun,
all the
the
toys,
movie, yeah.
all the video games. What a great movie.
Yeah, when I was a kid watching this, that's all you could think when he got that. You're like, man, how do I do this? Because I would do the same thing: buy a mansion, get all the toys.
To be honest, that $1 million went a very, very long way.
That was the first thing I thought doing this. I had to double check how much he cashed the check for.
Yeah.
I was like, it could have been $1 million.
You got to think in '94 though, that was
True.
probably
he bought
way
a castle
different. Yeah.
and put a water slide in it.
Yes.
No, that's a great movie. That's a really fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, am I up?
You're back up.
You're up.
You guys are gonna like this one. 1990, Problem Child.
Oh yeah.
All right, this star-studded cast: John Ritter, Gilbert Godfrey, Michael Richards.
Amazing movie.
One of the best movies. I won't show my kids this movie because I don't want them to act this way. But this little, you know what?
I was surprised it was PG.
He's gets adopted. John Ritter and his wife, his crazy wife, the redhead.
Ben and Flo Healy.
Ben and
Yeah.
Flo. And John, all he wants is a son, you know, and kids,
Yeah.
and they can't have him, so they adopt. And this little redhead
Junior.
Oh, what a jerk.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
But he just raises heck, and he gets dressed up like the devil, goes to the little girl's birthday party, throws all the presents in the pool.
I used to rent this all the time when I was younger.
Yeah, this was speaking of renting movies, how great was that? Friday
fun,
night,
yeah.
you go to the Blockbuster. We had movie gallery out here.
It was fun to go out and browse and pick out a movie and
Get
get
some
your candy or whatever
Uh-huh.
it was. You know, now I get it, the convenience. We all do it, streaming it, but
I miss those days.
My favorite thing about that movie, though, is Junior writes these letters to
The bow tie killer.
Who's Michael Richards.
Yeah,
You know, he gets
right.
out, and they meet up, and it's
So
great.
Yep.
So
No, that's a
good.
good
That's a
movie.
great choice, Brad.
All right.
Jimmy, you get the swing
me?
picks here.
All right, I'm gonna go with a movie from 1995 called Jumanji.
Yeah.
You might remember these movies. They've redone them now with The Rock and all that, but it doesn't hold a candle
No.
to the original Jumanji. Once again, this has Robin Williams. My first two picks both have Robin Williams.
The Parishes, right?
Yeah, the Parishes.
There's going to be more Robin Williams on this list.
But yeah, the
Well,
two kids.
Wait till we do the PG-13 and up
Yeah,
movies,
I know.
too. Yeah.
But yeah, this movie is different than the newer ones because this is about two kids. Their parents pass away, and they go to live with their aunt, and they find a board game, an enchanted board game, and when they play it, they go into the game basically, or the game I should say comes to life, and all sorts of shenanigans happen, and then Robin Williams, who was a little boy when he got trapped in the game, appears and helps them out. And this movie to me is another really fun movie, classic Robin Williams.
One of the greatest. He was one of the greatest of all time.
Look, at the time, the CGI in this movie was like
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
this was like groundbreaking stuff when this movie came out. That stampede scene, like you talked about, when the younger brother gets turned into like a monkey.
Yeah.
Like the CGI was incredible in this movie.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot. I don't know. I guess now a lot of stuff is green screen and CGI. They used a lot of real stuff in that movie, but
it's a great choice.
love that movie.
Yeah.
You get another one, Jimmy.
Well,
And another one.
should I go for the trifecta, the Robin Williams trifecta?
Do it? I think I know where you're going.
All right, let's go 1993, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, I did not have this one.
1993, Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams.
Taking all my picks.
He's a dad. He gets divorced, and basically he wants to be able to see his 3 kids, so he has his brother dress him up as an old lady, Mrs. Doubtfire, and he gets a job basically housekeeping and babysitting the kids. They don't know it's him, and then they find out that it's him later on. But this movie, once again, I'm going a little Robin Williams overboard here, but this is another classic movie.
He's a
Ton
legend.
of life lessons in there. Hilarious movie, and that's one if you haven't seen. Go out and watch it today. I guess you don't have to go out and find it, but find it at home streaming somewhere.
There's another Robin Williams gem hidden somewhere in this draft.
Yeah.
Those are great. 3 great choices there, Jimbo.
And I didn't even plan that. I didn't realize, but
We're gonna have to do like 100 rounds because
There's so
the
many
list
good
just
ones.
goes on, and I
I know.
can't find like. There's no way to like rank them either.
No,
I
there's-
tried.
they're way too
tried.
good.
You can't rank them because I had ones at the bottom that I'm like, I'm
I
just
know.
not going to keep cutting and pasting. I'm going to
No.
just scroll
Yep.
and figure it out.
All right.
Your
All right.
next pick there, Brad.
it goes back to him.
Yeah, because it's a
Oh, yeah,
snake
you're
draft,
right,
right? Yeah.
This one goes out to our good friend, Bracho Man, Bradley Cabbage, but Mr. Nanny, starring the nemesis Hulk Hogan.
So good.
I didn't even have that one on here.
Oh,
That's
great.
That's a good one.
This was a good fun movie. You got Hulk Hogan, who's just an ex
He was in his
mercenary.
prime. He was prime Hulk.
This
in
is
that
prime.
movie,
Yeah.
too.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
prime Hogan. Yeah.
He's like an ex-mercenary, something like that, and he's kind of going undercover as a nanny.
Yeah.
You even can see him in a pink tutu and leotard. I
the
think,
tea
in this
party.
one.
Yeah.
But what a great kind of like sets up for like young kids against bad guys.
Yeah.
And like their tricks of their trades of like booby trapping stuff and
Oh, yeah.
the poison ivy toilet paper,
Yeah.
the toilet seat.
Yeah.
But
And these kids had a history of like getting rid of their nannies. You know, they were hard on
Yeah.
nannies, and Hogan was up for the job.
But this one had another great villain though. I can't remember who the actor was, but he had the metal plate in his head.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yep.
Zeus.
The limo driver, who was what was his name? Sherman Hensley, I think, was, what was the show he was in way back in the day, in the 70s?
I have
I'll
no
have to
idea.
look that one up, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, keeping it on the theme of like kids messing with adults, going after them, I'm gonna go with a classic from 1992, The 3 Ninjas, Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum. Their father is an FBI agent.
Yep.
This movie gives us some great lines. Rocky loves Emily. Rocky loves Emily. You've got these 3 boys. Their grandfather is like a ninja, highly trained martial artist. He trains them as kids, teaches them skills, and then there's an attempted kidnapping on them from their grandfather. It's like he's like a villain Steven
Yeah.
Seagal in
Yep.
this movie.
Yeah.
He's got the ponytail. This guy, if you have not seen this movie, do yourself a favor. There's 2 guys that you got to see in this movie. They're both on the bad guys. He is one of them, and then the lead surfer dude who tries to kidnap them. We don't want to hurt you. We just want to kidnap you. First we feast, then we felony. There are some classic one-liners, and that scene in the house where the surfer dudes come to kidnap them, and they're doing all the booby traps is probably the best scene in the entire
If there's
movie.
any villains you'd ever want to party with, it's those 3 guys.
This is another one of those movies that when you're a kid and you watch it, you're like, I want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
be a ninja.
Yeah.
This was a great
Well,
movie.
he was like, what, Colt? Colt was his name? He was like 8 years old and can dunk.
That's right, the basketball scene.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, it's gonna stay here for this
Yeah, you get
next
another.
pick. There are so many good movies to choose from.
We're
It's
just gonna
truly
keep
hard.
saying it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go 1994. I actually just finished up this movie tonight. Give me Camp Nowhere.
Oh yeah.
You get the middle
Got that on
schoolers
here.
who
I love that
create
movie.
their
Is that
own.
Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher
Yup.
Lloyd is the ex-drama teacher. Dennis. These middle schoolers are tired to go to their typical summer camps. One goes to a computer camp. One goes to military school. There's another one who goes to like a weight loss camp. I think there's like a theater camp. And what they decide to do, they blackmail Christopher Lloyd's character who owes money. He's like missed payments. So he's got some guy coming after him trying to collect payments. Bulldog, I think, is the name of the company. And so they get Christopher Lloyd to pose as a fake camp counselor
That's
to meet
the
their
best.
parents. His different roles in this movie
Oh,
are
yeah.
incredible. They take the money that their parents would typically pay for camp, and they have an
They give it to him,
unsupervised summer
yeah.
camp. This movie has Mick from Rocky. That's who they rent the cabins from
Yep.
in the summer camp. This is Jessica Alba's debut movie. She's
didn't
in
even know
this.
she
She
was
doesn't
in
have a
that.
main role, but she's in the movie as one of
Yeah.
the campers, one of the kids at the camp. The parents they scene is incredible when these
Yeah.
kids have it on lock with the walkie-talkies, changing it from military camp to computer camp to weight loss camp. Truly awesome movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I love that movie. That I was about 10 when that came out.
Yeah.
And, I'd never been to camp, but I was like, I would go to camp if it was like this.
Yeah. It's such a great movie.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that's a good one.
Back to you, Brad.
All right, see if you could guess it. I'm gonna. This is gonna be the best star-studded cast of any of these movies. Okay, so let's go with Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, David Spade, Michael McKean, Ellen DeGeneres, Phil Hartman, Michael Richards, Sinbad, Jason Alexander, Tim Meadows, just to name a few. Kevin Nealon, Eddie Griffin,
Oh, gosh, that's a lot of people.
Coneheads.
Oh, this is a great movie.
All right.
I love that movie. That's hilarious.
This was just, I mean, it's obviously a movie based off of the Saturday Night Live skit of
Yeah.
Coneheads, but what a great movie, man.
When Chris Farley's watching her eat the sandwich.
She's just housing footlong.
I've never seen a girl eat a sandwich like that. That is a great movie. I love that movie.
But it's like it's so fun because it's a group of aliens who obviously stand out, but they just try to fit in so much with,
Balthazar,
real
is
life.
that his
Balthazar.
name? Yeah. Yeah, that was I think that was an SNL skit that
Yeah, it was.
they didn't made a movie out of. But
Yep.
that movie is hilarious.
What a cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for it to still only be PG, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they were a
They
little
were a
more
little,
lenient.
listen, they were a little more lenient back in the day about what you could get in and out of movies, for
Yeah,
sure.
look, maybe they need to make more movies like maybe kids are too sheltered.
Yeah.
Although we do have the internet now, which we didn't have. So, yeah, that's a good one. I love that movie. That's a good choice.
All right.
Jimmy,
Me or him
you
again?
get two in a row.
Oh,
Brad's
yeah.
always
Oh,
in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
I should be looking at this as you guys are going.
No, I like the interaction because all of us remember all of these movies.
All right.
Oh yeah. I still watch. I mean, I still go back
Alright.
and watch some of them. Yeah.
I'm going to go to 1994. I thought this is what you were going to say, but I'm going to go Little Giants.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's such a good movie.
Little Giants, Ed O'Neill, Rick Moranis in there. It is a group of like misfit. Basically, Rick Moranis is the
Icebox.
little brother to Ed O'Neill, who's a big time football player in the town. And he has a youth football team that is the best team around.
He's got the car lot.
Yeah, yeah. And Rick Moranis is the
They
mechanic.
make the bet. They make the bet.
Yeah.
The
They
brothers.
They make the bet,
Yeah.
and basically, Rick Moranis puts together a team with his daughter and
Who's the
other
best
misfits.
athlete in the movie? Icebox.
Oh, for
Hey,
sure,
yeah.
by far.
But she wants to like be a cheerleader.
Although
instead
what's the
'cause she's
kid's
got
name
the
that
crush.
carries a fridge on his back?
Spike.
Spike. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a stud. But yeah, Little
Spike's
Giants.
dad is like super intense and yeah, it's such a good movie.
We've all seen that dad out there.
Don't
Yeah.
be that dad.
But what great cameos in this one too with John Madden.
oh, that's right.
They had Bruce Smith, I think, maybe Emmett Smith.
I think, is in
Yeah.
this one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, some good cameos there.
Really, really good choice, Jimmy.
All right, for the next one, I am gonna do.
While you're thinking, you know what's amazing about when you go back and watch these movies? The clothes. The style and the clothes. Like I said, I just finished up Camp Nowhere tonight. Some of the T-shirts and pants and sweaters in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How about
My one of my daughters said, "Did people really wear stuff like that back then?"
Well, that's what's coming back to style. I thought,
That's why,
right?
yeah, everything baggy and oversized.
Yeah, that's all coming back to style.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with another one. This actually probably made me cry when I was a kid. This movie, it was a sad movie.
We're gonna get into some of these ones now.
Yeah, but
All
a
right.
great movie, and it really is a classic from 1991 called My Girl.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if it had Dan Aykroyd.
Yes,
I knew
Dan
you were gonna go with this
Aykroyd,
one.
Macaulay Culkin,
Yeah.
the young girl Veda, basically coping with the death of her mother.
This is a movie for any age.
Yes,
Yeah.
she has a best friend, Thomas, who's Macaulay Culkin, and they go through like childhood together, do all sorts of stuff, and basically Macaulay Culkin is allergic to bees, and unfortunately gets stung by bees and dies, and she has to deal with that. And this is really a coming of age story.
Her dad's a mortician, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, her dad's a
So
mortician.
she has a lot of experience dealing with.
And I
death.
remember as a kid, the first time I watched it, just going like, why would you do that in a movie? Why would you have him die?
Yeah.
But you know, it's a great movie for kids. You kind of learn some life lessons in there. But My Girl.
Great choice.
Great pick.
Great choice. All right, it's back to you, Brad.
All right.
Wow, I'm surprised a couple of these are still on the board.
You know what?
But there's just
I
so
can't
many
get it.
good choices.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm getting to it. I'm like, man, there's so many that.
I feel like a broken record.
All
But
right, so it's still in the PG realm.
Realm.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic.
I know
Park's
it's
great.
not like the tip what you would think of cozy up and watch a family movie, but this like broke the movie world with the robotic
This is definitely
dinosaurs.
a family movie to me.
those Velociraptors.
Yeah, I just remember when this came out. I went to the movies to see this with Brennan. I think.
Well,
Yeah.
the classic part of the movie when they're sitting in the truck and he has the glass of water and it just has ripples, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden they look out and that giant T-Rex is standing outside that car.
And when the dinosaur spits on Newman.
Oh yeah,
He should just be named Newman in everything.
he shouldn't have
he's in.
stole. He shouldn't have stole. That's what he gets for stealing.
I got Newman in another one coming up
Yeah,
too.
that was another
Oh,
movie where some of that like
I know what
technology,
you're talking about.
some of that technology and CGI was
Yup.
just iconic.
Yeah, that's good. That's
It's tough
classic.
not having two picks in a row.
Yeah. Man, okay.
I'll let you have that one. I won't steal
All
it.
right, these next two both have a sports theme to them, but I'm gonna go 1992 Mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah.
Gordon Bombay,
Emilio.
Flying V. This is one of those movies. So Gordon Bombay is this hotshot lawyer, was an ex-superstar hockey player, gets a DUI, and as his punishment, he's got to coach a youth hockey team.
He's got a bum
And
leg.
speaking of things being a little more lenient in the 90s, even though he's on punishment for a DUI, he's driving kids around in his car. And
Yeah.
so this team, a team of like underdogs and misfits, you've got Charlie, you've got Fulton Reed, becomes one of the Bash brothers, has the unstoppable slap shot. You've got Goldberg as the
Goldberg
goalie.
was the best in that.
Such an awesome movie about teamwork, about beating the Hawks. Gordon's old coach who, everyone knows a coach like that.
Guys. What was the famous penalty shot? The triple D?
Triple D.
Triple D.
Yeah, that he
Triple D.
teaches Charlie, and
Yeah.
such a great movie.
But Banks does it better.
And those original. This was before. I mean, this movie was so important that the NHL created a hockey team
Yeah.
called the Mighty
Yep.
Ducks. But those original green Mighty Duck uniforms, the green
amazing
and yellow,
unis.
incredible.
Talk about
uniforms.
starter jackets you would want.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah.
I do love how this one ended up with a couple of other movies down the road as
Yeah.
sequels, but
Yep.
they were all pretty good.
They're on my
as far as
list.
sequels.
Yeah. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
No, he's
Can't
right.
go wrong with the whole series.
D2 and D3 were both great movies. All right, so my next one, I'm curious if this one's going to jog some memory because this one didn't come up until the end of my research, but 1993, Cool Runnings.
Oh, yeah.
Come
John-
on.
I got that on here.
John Candy is the disgraced former gold medalist who becomes a coach to the Jamaican bobsled team. This was loosely based on a true story of the 1988 Jamaican team.
Yeah.
Such an awesome story. There's a Jamaican sprinter who either gets disqualified or doesn't make it for sprinting, and so they decide to form a bobsled team.
Shout out to the current Jamaican bobsled team. They just won their first ever gold medal at any event.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
just put that out there.
Congratulations.
Yeah. This is such a great movie. This is John Candy, who was one of my favorites just at his finest.
Yeah, and we'll get into the PG-13s at some point, but go check out Uncle Buck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Great Outdoors. There's so many good John Candy movies. All
Right,
right,
yeah, good
back to
one.
you, Brad.
Man. All right, I just saw that they're about to make a remake of this, and I'm really excited about it. The Never-Ending Story.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about a remake. Most of the time, they don't nail it like the first time, but this is one. It's come past due time for a remake.
They're going to have to make a much better looking. What the heck was that flying thing's name?
My Freddie used to have a dog that looked just like it.
Precious.
He called it Precious.
That
but
thing was so freaky.
its name was Falcor.
I forgot
The flying so it's a dragon.
Yeah.
But no, it's
It
a
was.
dog. It's
If you ever
definitely
watch a
dog.
movie, you're like, "What is that thing?"
But this takes on the story of a young boy who's bullied a lot. He likes to read. He's not in the it crowd. He gets stuffed in dumpsters, like in the city too.
Yeah.
These are are nasty dumpsters, and finds his way into a bookstore, and he finds this book with this emblem on it, this raised snake emblem on it, and gets carried away. He kind of steals it from the bookstore, and finds his way back to school and finds the attic in the school and just hides out there for like days. And yeah, his parents didn't care. They didn't.
Yeah, storming outside.
Yeah, they had better stuff going on. They didn't know where he was. So he read it and he gets like brought into the story almost, but it's about this other world that's dying, and Atreyu is the warrior hero, and he goes up against the dark. What do they call it?
The darkness, or something.
Or,
I think it's darkness.
something like that. But it's a fantasy. Really cool characters. The Rock Crusher. Got the guy riding the snail that
Another
goes
classic,
like
yeah.
100 miles an hour.
It's a great movie.
And then also there's some parts that'll make you cry, man. When Atreyu loses the horse.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't scared to put stuff in kids' movies back then.
No.
I mean, it was like I've been saying about a lot of them. They really were a lot of life lessons, sad stuff, happy stuff, but
Yeah.
great movies made back then.
Moving on.
Jimbo.
How about we go with a 1992 movie, Beethoven?
Oh, yeah.
Beethoven, family. I don't remember the dad's name. He was always funny.
Charles Grodin.
Yeah.
Charles, yes.
He was in so many of those,
Yeah,
role in those.
He was so
those
good in
times.
that, but they basically had a Saint Bernard. This family causes all sorts of mischief. The dad hates it at first, but the family grows to love him. They have a vet, an evil vet, you could say.
That's what
great
gets
in the
me
movie.
about all these movies. The villains are like the most far-fetched idea.
They're over the top,
It's-
too.
yeah.
The acting is over the
but
top.
what they're actually doing, it's like, who thinks of this stuff?
He had two buffoons that he hired as his lackeys.
The
to try and
lackeys,
get
the
this done.
lackeys were always the best. in
Yeah,
these
they
movies.
were hilarious, and basically the dad decides, this dog is violent, we got to get rid of it. Although it was all rigged by the vet, and they end up saving the dog, and they went on to do a bunch of more movies.
Yeah, great movies.
But yeah, Beethoven is one of those that was on rotation.
All right, Jimmy, you get another pick, Jimmy.
out a movie from 1994, The Little Rascals.
Yeah.
Great.
Come on. With it.
You know, The Little Rascals is obviously a
Give 'em the high
show
sign.
from
sign.
back in the day, but they made a movie in 1994. Alfalfa falls in love with Darla.
Yep.
Darla.
That's correct.
Alfalfa falls in love with Darla. But this is just
real,
a movie.
Real heartbreaker in this movie.
Yeah,
Who's the kid that moved? Waldo? Was that the snobby rich kid who
I
moves
think,
into
yeah,
town?
something like that. And
Yeah.
but basically, the rich kid moves to town, steals a girl away. Even though these kids are like 6 years old, they have girlfriends and
Yeah.
relationship fights. But yeah, this is a fun one for any kid. They had the go-kart.
The Blur. You get Blur got stolen.
racing.
Donald Trump in this.
It's Waldo's dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And didn't
Did
we
you say
get
Reba already?
didn't we get the little catchphase of the little ditty, like the song from this? I got a dollar.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
got a dollar.
Yeah,
I got
that
a dollar.
was
Hey,
Spanky.
hey, hey,
Who's
hey.
that?
I
Nah,
got
not
a,
Spanky.
I had a pickle.
Oh,
I
gosh.
got a pickle. They're fishing and they catch each other.
Yeah,
and they keep
yeah.
going back and forth.
So good.
Yeah, I mean that was just a fun movie. There was a lot going on in the movie, but Little Rascals is my second pick there.
Great choice.
All right, back to me.
Back to you, Brad.
Feel the pressure, man. All right, let's go Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I got that on my
This
list.
So
one,
good.
This one was so good, man. You got Casey Jones in this.
Amazing.
But it's like the first real life Ninja Turtles, right?
Well, they were
Oh, yeah.
they were
And
in
they go-
actual suits. It wasn't
Yeah.
CGI.
Those suits weighed 60 to 70 pounds each. I heard they had puppeteers, like multiple puppeteers per turtle to like do the movements and turn the heads and yeah.
I want to see more movies nowadays do that instead of putting people in CGI and all that. Give me like a real turtle costume like that.
Someone out there, sweating in the heavy suit. And
Yeah, you're getting paid
putting
a lot of money.
Putting in the work. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Brad.
No, I was trying to look up a thing on Shredder, but never mind.
So you know,
Shredder
Yeah,
was-
I want to go back to this, but yeah, it makes like the real life pizza and all that too,
Yeah,
like with
yeah.
Michelangelo and
Shredder is awesome in this
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
He is like the ultimate
the
villain.
leader of the Foot Clan.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they're messing with the New York City youth, and then you've got reporter April
yeah.
April
teams
O'Neil.
up with the
And
turtles.
actually the cast members are riding skateboards and stuff on ramps, so I guess
Yep.
they get professional skateboarders to do the stunt
This
work
is,
and all. But
so
it
good.
was
And then
pretty cool.
Master Splinter trained the Ninja Turtles in ninjutsu.
Yes,
Yeah.
ninjutsu.
They call it?
Yep. Great
the
movie.
Foot Clan.
Yep.
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1991. Two phenomenal actors in this movie, Steve Martin and Martin Short. I'm gonna go Father of the Bride.
Oh yeah.
Steve Martin's daughter is getting married, and he's just not handling it. He's not coming to grips with it. He owns an athletic shoe company. Martin Short is the wedding planner. Frank in this is absolutely incredible. This is a great story filled with a lot of laughs. And one of my favorite parts at the end, she ends up getting married and wearing a white pair of basketball sneakers during it. You got the scene between her and the dad playing basketball outside. Really a great movie. And like I said, Martin Short just crushes it in this movie as Frank. Okay, gonna go me again.
Just do us all a favor and do the next Martin Short movie.
That is a great movie that is on this list. There are so many incredible movies. I'm going to actually go with a Robin Williams movie. Do you guys remember the movie Jack from 1996? Robin Williams plays a character who has accelerated aging. So at 10 years old, he's really biologically like 40 years old. His parents decide they want to get him socialized a little more, so he enrolls in the school.
If I had a Nerf gun, though, I'd have to shoot you right now because it's a PG-13 movie, though, I think.
Nah, Jack's PJ.
Really?
Yup. And the teacher in this, anyone know who Robin Williams' teacher was in this movie?
I don't remember.
J-Lo. Jennifer
Oh,
Lopez
really?
plays his teacher.
For
He
her.
has this incredible valedictorian speech at the end. He eventually becomes like popular in the school. This is one that will tug at your heartstrings a little bit, but it's a
Very sad
really good
ending.
movie, and Robin Williams is just awesome.
Side note, I went to school with the Adam Zoltan, the main kid in that movie. I went to middle school with him. He was a year older than me. Shout out Grand Avenue Middle School.
Nice. All right, Brad, it's back to you if you want to give us that Martin Short class.
I don't want to waste it, but yeah. If you've never seen the movie Clifford,
That can't be PG.
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Oh my god.
Dinosaur Land.
It's
He's
a
just
wild
trying
one,
to get to Dinosaur
That
Land.
is a crazy. You might want to watch that first before showing it to your kids because I haven't watched it in a long time. It's a great,
Another,
hilarious movie.
Charles Grodin.
Gilbert
Yeah.
Godfrey is
Charles
in this
Grodin
one,
is
too.
also he's his uncle.
Yes.
It's a ridiculous movie. So we're not. That was all of our pick. I'm not wasting my
No,
pick
we-
on that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank God.
So,
All right.
Honorable mention.
I can't
for
believe
him.
this one hasn't been mentioned yet. It's hanging up on the wall up there, but Space
Yep.
Jam.
Great movie.
Another great cast. Newman, he's in this
In
one
there.
too.
And this counts because there is live action in it. It's
Yeah.
not just
Yes.
animated.
But my favorite all-time actor, Bill Murray, is in it, and he does a great job.
Awesome.
He saves the game.
He calls Larry. He said Larry Bird's not white. He's clear. My favorite line.
You got some incredible cameos in this movie. Do you guys remember who are the 5 guys that the Monstars steal the talent from?
I promise I'll never go on another date with Madonna.
Yeah, you've got the iconic scene where Charles Barkley plays basketball with a girl, and she's like, "Get out of here, you bum!"
Yeah.
Trying to think. Was it Mullins?
No, I've got all 5.
We
for you.
had-
Barkley is one. Super tall, skinny guy for the 76ers. Did not have a great
Bradley?
career. Bradley's another one.
From the Hornets.
Two guys from
What
the
about
Hornets.
Alonzo Mourning?
Nope.
We
Two
had
guys from the
Muggsy
Hornets.
Bogues
Oh yeah.
and Johnson.
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson.
And then
Grandmama.
the last guy,
Tall.
one of Jimmy's favorites.
Ewing?
Yes, Patrick
Ewing.
Ewing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
He's
Okay.
the fifth one in
Yeah, I
there.
haven't seen it in a while, but that
The
love that
Monstars.
movie.
This story, the plot of this movie is incredible.
Yeah.
The Monstars
Danny
come and
DeVito.
steal. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
good. Did you know that while Jordan was filming this, one of his stipulations, they built a full court on set because this was when he was trying to make his return from baseball back to the NBA.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was training nonstop, and they said there were some incredible pickup games. The NBA guys that would come out for those
Heck
games.
yeah.
I've heard stories from Reggie Miller saying it was intense competition out there. That is such a classic movie. The golf scene where Bill Murray, Larry Bird, and
Yep.
Jordan are playing golf.
Great.
It's a great movie.
Right.
And hugely underrated soundtrack. The soundtrack on that movie is incredible. You have Seal, you have Basketball Jones.
Yeah,
you've
you got Little Penny.
there-
Little Penny's
Yes,
on the
Yeah.
there's
track.
Yep.
so many good songs on that soundtrack. All right, Jimbo,
Yes.
2 picks to you.
No, I just went.
Brad just picked Space Jam.
Go again, why don't you?
You get 2.
How about I go with?
We could go all night. We've
I
got to
know.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
So we got
let,
to.
let's do a couple more each.
We'll
I'm
rattle
gonna
them
do
off. Rattle
Adam's
them off.
Family from 1991.
Yes.
It's gonna be one of them for me. If you don't know Adam's Family,
Another,
then you're living in a cave.
Another
Go and check
Christopher
out
Lloyd.
the movie. And let's do one more. This movie kind of freaked me out, and it still does. The main character in it. It's a movie called Drop Dead Fred. All right. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever
No.
seen it?
Long time ago.
This movie, I loved it when I was younger, and I don't know why, but basically it's a girl. She's got a tough life. She moves back home, and she's sleeping in her old bedroom as an adult. And basically, an imaginary friend that she had when she was a kid, Drop Dead Fred, comes back into her life and causes all sorts of disaster. But when I was a kid, obviously, imaginary friends, this movie was really fun. But at the same time, I watched it as an adult at one point, and it was a little freaky. I don't know, Fred, so.
All right, Brad. Final
Get two.
My last
final pick here.
Oh man.
Now let's go to
Yeah, just
we'll
do 2 more.
do
It's
2
fine.
I
more.
was gonna say, don't do that to me. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Great movie.
Yeah, let's get
Is that
Rick.
in the 90s?
Let's get Rick
I
Moranis.
think that was 89.
Ooh, that
but-
might have been an
Oh,
80s
yeah.
movie. Yeah, Honey,
Yeah.
it's 80s.
Is it
the
really?
The first 90s one was Honey, I Blew Up
I think
the Kid.
Honey, We
I
Shrunk
digress.
Ourselves.
All right, the Flintstones.
Oh, that's a
man.
great
John
Goodman.
Goodman, Halle Berry,
Rick Moranis.
Great
Rick
movie.
Moranis. Yeah,
Great
this,
movie.
This one was. It was
I
so
saw this.
funny.
I saw this in
Yeah.
theaters as a kid.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go back to back here. Give me First Kid. Sinbad's in this movie as a Secret Service agent for the president's son. He's kind of like this spoiled, punky kid. Sinbad teaches him all sorts of lessons about, how to defend himself with boxing, how to ask a girl to dance, all these things. Really solid movie. I am also going to go Back to the Future 3. This was my favorite Back to the Future of all of them, the Wild West one, where, again, another Christopher Lloyd one. Doc Brown goes back in 1885, or Marty goes back in 1885 to rescue Doc Brown from being murdered by Buford Mad Dog Tanner.
Yep.
You got ZZ Top making a cameo in this movie. I love Back to the Future 3.
Now, he's another actor. He looks like he's been 90 years old for the past 50 years.
Exactly.
Christopher Lloyd.
He looks the same always.
All right, Brad, give us one more.
One more.
Actually, we'll go around one more time. So we'll go Brad 1, Jimmy 2, one more time back around, and then we'll give a couple honorable mentions. Or we could be here all night.
I know. How about a classic, Homeward Bound?
Nice.
To
Another
get-
tearjerker.
to another-
Tugging at
to
the
get on- I
heartstrings.
know. I got so
Yeah.
many other ones. It's too hard. But yeah, Homeward Bound's just, as far as the full family getting together, sitting on the couch, popping some popcorn, this one's great.
Great movie.
You got the 3 pets. You got like a boxer, the golden retriever, and the cat. And somehow they can talk.
Yeah.
And somehow you could hear it. But they get lost. They end up in the wilderness and have to find their way home. And, as a pet owner, you get pretty stressed out when your animal's missing for a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one, Homeward Bound. Well, might as well bookend it with a Robin Williams movie.
You get 2 here.
Right.
We're going to swing it back around one more time, and then we'll do a couple honorable mentions.
Well, all right, so I'll go with this one right here, Flubber.
Yeah.
1997, scientist Robin Williams creates a rubber substance that he calls Flubber. He gets so excited he's trying to sell it and put it on basketball shoes and he gets so into it he forgets his own wedding. So this Flubber causes all sorts of problems. Then, of course, like all those movies, the Flubber brings them back together.
Robin Williams making the most appearances, I think, by far. That's
I
5
didn't
movies.
even realize how many PG movies
Yeah.
he did. That's crazy. But
Him, Newman, and Christopher Lloyd.
yeah.
All right, Jimmy, one more. We'll swing it around. These will be the last 3 picks, and then we'll rattle off a bunch of honorable mentions.
The Indian in the Cupboard.
Yes.
This is about a boy. He has a cupboard, and it's magical. I don't really remember why, but whatever he puts in it, it comes to life.
The CGI is so bad in this
I
one.
know.
Littlefoot, is that there? Little
Yeah,
Bear.
And there's a little Indian figurine that he puts in there and comes to life
It's a
and
magic
basically
cupboard.
helps this kid out on his journey through childhood and
Is it-
teaches him different lessons.
Is it Owen Wilson plays a cowboy?
No,
that
that's
was
Night at the
Night at the
Museum.
Museum, but there's a cowboy in this one too.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
remember.
Night at the Museum got inspiration from this movie, though.
Probably,
Yeah, there is a cowboy, Boone, in this. He's the one that ends up getting hurt, and they got to figure out how to get him help. Yeah. All right, Brad, last pick. I'm really surprised you didn't take a soccer movie, Brad.
I know.
I
It's-
have that.
there's-
There's a lot of
so
sports movies on here.
There's
left.
one that even trumps that one to me. It's Angels in the Outfield.
Great movie.
Yep.
That story is an awesome story.
Yes.
One of my favorite. Every time that I beat Brent in a home run derby, I always say that must have been the chili dogs I ate before the game.
The pitcher in this is so good. Their main pitcher.
What, Danny Glover?
No, he's the manager.
No, I mean Danny Glover in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Hey, Christopher Lloyd. We got another Christopher Lloyd appearance in this one too.
That's right. He's Al, the main
Yeah.
angel. JP is awesome in this too. The other
the
Foster
little
kid.
kid,
He's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey plays center field. The pitcher though, in
Tony
this movie-
Danza.
No, he's one of the pitchers. Yes, he's one. There's another one in this who's always like chewing his gum crazy, and he's like very neurotic out there. on the
It's come on, it's Gary Busey.
No, it's not Busey. It's he's like a TV actor. He's in a lot of TV.
What is he
stuff.
from? Like MASH or something? I can't remember.
He was in Yellowstone at some point.
Yeah,
he's like a TV
I think
actor.
he was in Tremors.
Yeah. All right, my final pick. Tough to choose from, and then we'll each rattle off like 3 or 4 honorable mentions. I've got arguably the greatest Halloween movie ever made, Hocus Pocus from 1993. Yep. You've got the Sanderson sisters. Bette Midler crushes it in this movie. You've also got Sarah Jessica Parker as one of the witches. They're trying to achieve immortality by stealing children's souls. You've got Binks the cat. This is a classic Halloween movie. I'll throw out a couple of other honorable mentions here. Little Big League, Rookie of the Year, Kazam, Richie Rich. What else do you guys got?
A Kid in King Arthur's Court, The Big Green,
Matilda,
Richie
Rich. You said.
You ever see Curly Sue?
I don't think so.
And that one may be the late '80s too, but
okay.
I have a couple Nickelodeon ones: Good Burger and Harriet the Spy.
Good Burger.
Good
Burger is great.
You guys remember Jungle to Jungle with Tim Allen and Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Yep. Yeah.
We didn't. No one said Feifel Goes West.
That was it's animated.
Yeah.
How about Man of the House with Chevy Chase and Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Oh yeah, that.
You see that one?
I remember that one.
Baby's Day Out.
Yes.
Free Willy.
Tom and Huck.
White Fang. Oh yeah.
For a good adventure
with
one.
Who say Dr. Dolittle?
No, that's a good one. Small Soldiers.
Dr. Dolittle, maybe PG-13.
Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah, with Walter Matthau.
Yep. Casper.
And what's his name? Wasn't Kramer in that one?
Yeah,
he plays the bad guy.
No, it's Christopher Lloyd again.
Is that Christopher Lloyd?
It's Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
All right,
a lot of appearances, but.
How about The Borrowers? Did you guys ever see that with John Goodman?
The Mouse movie?
Nah, it was like little people that lived in John Goodman's house.
I don't remember. I vaguely remember
he was a giant.
I don't remember.
You guys remember Tall Tale? It has all the Pecos Bill, John Henry, Calamity Jane, Paul Bunyan, Free Willy, another one, White Fang. There's a lot. Do yourselves a favor, dust off the VHSs, check some of these movies out. They're fun to watch as an adult now, and it's just interesting to see how times change, and it's really, I don't know, it's fun watching some of these movies.
It's a little different. You could watch as a family, like kids' movies from the 90s. Really, most of them are for all ages. Now, I don't know if they're really like that anymore. But
one last one that was created a movie empire, and I think they're still making these movies, was Air Bud.
Oh my gosh!
A dog, 30 of them. A dog that could dunk a basketball.
They've got him for all the.
Not
different
only that,
sports.
he could kick field goals. He could throw a baseball.
The Jets should sign him.
I would take him.
All right, we're moving on. That was a lot of fun. Again, we could have probably gone for another hour on that, but we got to keep it moving here. Getting into our NFL playoff preview, we've got the wild card round. Let's just rattle them off in order of appearance and. So, to keep you guys updated, for our contest, we pick every single one of these games. So, at the end of each of these games, I want you guys to give your contest pick, but I also want you to give who you think is going to actually win the game, not just the odds on. So, as we're going through, first game Saturday, we've got the Rams at the Panthers. Rams are favored by 10.5. MVP candidate Matt Stafford thrown for over 4,700 yards this year. Look, these teams met back in Week 12, and that Carolina defense got after Stafford. They forced 3 turnovers. Carolina ended up winning that game. I'm going to go ahead and say it. As an Eagles fan, this Rams team is the team that scares me the most in the NFC. What do you guys think about this first playoff game on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Rams a lot. Spread's a little high for me. I think in a playoff game, I wouldn't go more than 10 points. That little 5.5 there, that's kind of I would probably.
That's a lot for a home team.
I would take the Panthers plus 10.5. I do think the Rams win this game, but I'm not so sure it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
Well,
and go ahead, Brad.
We go back to the Panthers: win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Well, now they've lost 2 in a row, right? So they're due for a win
or 2.
No, I'm going Carolina plus 10.5. For sure.
We all three of us have that.
It's just a lot of points to me at home.
Many.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, man, Stafford's looked a little iffy without Devontae Adams in there.
Listen,
well, Devontae's back, so
good.
Listen, The Rams are not playing their best ball heading into the playoffs. They lost to Atlanta 2 weeks ago. That was a tight game most of the way with the Cardinals this past weekend.
I think they win this game.
I do too.
I think they win it comfortably too.
Sean McVay in the playoffs is just
you're not
you
beating
can't bet
McVay
against
twice.
I think the Panthers are going to try to muck it up, make an ugly game, run the ball, establish the run game early on. But so all three of us for our contest have the Panthers at plus 10.5. Next game, Saturday night. These teams are playing for the third time. Heated rivals, and I believe I heard they've only ever played twice in the playoffs. We've got the Packers going on the road to the Bears. Green Bay is favored by 1.5.
Are you surprised by that?
I am a little bit. No,
Green
Bay is on the road in this one. I personally thought Chicago was going to be favored by 1.5.
Me too. The line stuck out to me. I thought the Bears are the better team. To be honest with you, they're the hotter team. They're playing at home. I don't.
This is still one of those.
So
ones
I disagree.
The line may switch by the time
it may.
Kickoff comes.
Here's what the Packers and Love have though. They have playoff experience, and that's a big factor this time of year. These games mean a little bit more. These teams split in the regular season. They each won the home game. The Bears rely on that two-headed rushing attack. Even though Caleb Williams has had a good year, it all starts for them with the run, the play action. I've actually got the Packers winning this one outright. I'm going to take the Packers at minus 1.5 on this one.
All right.
Yeah, I'm the opposite. I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. If you're going to bet on the game, I would take the over on it. But for this pick, I'm going to go Bears getting 1.5.
Brad?
Yeah, I'm with Jimmy. Bears 1.5.
Good. I need to make up some ground on you guys.
I got the Bears winning this one. I think Caleb Williams. Granted, a lot of their wins this year have come from late game heroics, and I think he's got it in him though to get himself his first playoff win.
They just got to come out hot. They got to come out get a little quicker start.
Yeah, I think it'll be a close game. I think the Packers had a chance to get healthier last week. They didn't play guys. Hopefully, Watson is a difference maker. That's the thing I want to talk about with some of these teams real quick. Let's back up to the Rams and Panthers. The X factors for each of these teams. For me, Devontae Adams is the X factor for the Rams. Their offense is night and day different. Now, simply because of his red zone presence. That guy, had 14, 15 touchdowns this year, most of them in the red zone.
Well, too, when he's not in there and you're just sending Puka to catch every single ball thrown in a game, you throw Adams back in there, it frees
space.
up Puka even more.
100%. I think he's the X factor, and we'll see how that hamstring is doing. For me, the Packers' X factor is Christian Watson. When that guy is healthy, another one, he stretches the field. He opens up the defense because of his big play speed.
Yeah.
And so, this is an exciting game. Two NFC North rivals that have, a heated rivalry that, let's face it, it's been pretty one-sided. And the Bears are starting to think like, all right, we've got a shot here. But we'll find out if they're ahead of schedule or not, because the playoffs, it's a whole different vibe going into postseason football. All right, that moves us into Sunday's game. For me, this is the game of the weekend. We've got the Bills at the Jags. Buffalo favored by 1.5 in this game. If you're a Buffalo fan or if you're Josh Allen, this has to be your year, right? We've talked about it multiple times. There's no Mahomes, there's no Burrow, there's no Lamar in your way. This is the year that you've got to get it done, but the Jags are coming in hot. They've won 8 straight games. They have one of the best defenses, I believe, in the NFL, and they should be able to run the ball on Buffalo. Buffalo's been not very good at stopping the run this year. What do you guys think about this one?
I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. I got Buffalo going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, don't give it to us too early. All right, so Brad's got Buffalo in the bowl, huh?
Minus 1.5, Buffalo. I think we're going to see some fireworks this playoffs from Allen. I think he's going to put on a show. It's going to start against Jacksonville. I love this Jacksonville team. Don't get me wrong. Are they capable? Yes. But Allen has something to prove this playoff, and like you said, no one's in his way.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that they got the Jaguars because the Jaguars are going to beat the Bills in this first round.
I agree with you, Jimmy.
Jaguars have won 8 games in a row. They're 7-2 at home. They have the superior defense by far, the superior pass rushers. the superior wide receivers.
Buffalo has had some bad losses on the road this year too.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to come from. Who's like Josh Allen? Who is he throwing the ball to? Is it going to be Shakir? Whoever? I mean, you have James Cook, who's explosive, but Jacksonville to me.
Is Diggs not going to play? Or is Diggs still playing? Or no,
Diggs is on New England.
No, they got rid of Diggs' brother though.
No,
in the backfield, right? Or was that Dallas? I'm
No.
all over the place.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
Diggs' brother got picked up by the Packers, but he's a cornerback.
It's New England implication. Sorry.
But yeah, I don't know. To me, every position that you look at, maybe besides the quarterback position, favors the Jaguars. And
look, this Jags team is for real. I believe in this team. They just whipped up on Denver. This team's playing some good football. Aside from that fourth quarter meltdown against the Texans, 9 weeks ago? And I think Trevor Lawrence is going to step up. I think his ability to run is going to give that Buffalo defense a little bit of problems. So, Jimmy, what did you have contest-wise?
I'm taking the Jaguars getting 1.5 there.
I am as well.
And this is the thing. I actually wanted to pick the Bills to go to the Super Bowl, but this just sticks out to me that I just don't see them beating the Jaguars.
If they do, like Brad said, Josh Allen's going to have to put on the Superman cape and carry the team. And they're going to have to lean heavily on James Cook, too.
You see every year in the playoffs somebody puts on a heroic 3-4 game
Look,
stretch.
if anyone could do it, it's Josh
Allen.
Allen. I mean, it's Josh Allen. If anyone could do it.
I think the problem is the Bills are a wide receiver short. They've got to get Josh Allen, an elite guy, to throw the ball to.
And they got to shore up that defense, too.
Yeah. All right, next game on Sunday, we've got the 49ers coming to town to play the Birds. Philly is favored by 4.5 in this game. We talked about it. The Eagles decided the rest of their starters. I think that's saying we don't care who we play. We're going to come into this healthy. The defense has been playing well. Can the Eagles' offense find its mojo, and can they repeat as champions? Trent Williams for the 49ers is expected to play in this game, which is big. Who do you guys like in this one?
After watching San Fran last week,
Yep.
I just don't know. I think Christian McCaffrey is that whole offense, and that's not to shade Party. We've seen him do it. He could throw the ball, but you're playing, an elite defense right now, and we saw what happened to them last week.
And you know what hurt them last week? Pearsall re-injured the knee.
Yeah.
He's another one of those guys. Even if he doesn't have a big game numbers-wise, he's the downfield stretch guy. He's the speed guy. And when you take that guy out of a game, it shrinks the field for the defense.
To me, I'm not so sure. And the 49ers, like I said, their defense is atrocious. I mean, if the Eagles want to, I look for them to go to Saquon early. I know that the Eagles of Sirianni, they come out throwing early because they want to get that lead early. But I think if you feed Saquon this game, you're going to win the game easily.
I got Saquon going like a $120.
Yeah, so I'm leaning Eagles minus 4.5 in this game. I think they win by maybe 10 points.
Brad, what do you have for
I hate
contest
betting on the Eagles, but I got them minus 4.5.
Right,
I think that's a no-brainer.
All of us have that one. All right, that moves us into the Sunday night game. We've got the Chargers going on the road to the Patriots. Another MVP candidate here, Drake May. New England had a bit of a softer schedule this year. They don't get to choose who they play. But Will Campbell is back for New England on that offensive line, which is huge for them. I just see New England's defense getting after Herbert. That offensive line has had a hard time protecting him this year. It's going to be cold. Herbert's dealing with the injury in his non-throwing hand. It's going to get pretty cold, which we know what that does to affect injuries. Pats are giving up. They're the favorites in this one by 3.5. They're giving up 3.5. I'm taking the Pats minus 3.5 in this one.
Yeah, I feel like Vegas is just they're putting that 3.5 out there and dangling it and saying, "Here, you're getting an extra half a point. Take the Chargers."
Exactly.
Guess what, Vegas? I'm not falling for it. Pats by 2 touchdowns.
And me and Jimmy got a lot of similar picks here.
I'm going with Jim Harbaugh.
Okay. 3.5.
Chargers 3.5. I don't think there's gonna be a game separated by more than a touchdown in this whole slate.
Listen,
I think they're gonna be pretty tight games.
it would not be shocking if you had more lower seeded teams win games in this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anybody would be surprised. It's an open field this year.
Yeah.
Do you think the Chargers are going to win the game, Brad, or are you just taking that hook?
No, I think New England's still gonna pull it out
Okay.
at home, but I like the 3.5.
Field goal game.
All right.
Yeah.
Our last pick is the Monday game. We've got the Texans going on the road at the Steelers. Houston is favored by 3 in this game. This was the hardest time I had picking a game here. I really like Houston's defense, but the last 2 weeks they've given up some points. And C.J. Stroud, I don't know what to expect from him in that offense. The Houston offense, again,
Yeah.
Stroud is the X factor. Sam Darnold is an X factor. What scares me, though, is Mike Tomlin at home in a primetime game. The guy just seems to figure out how to win. Pittsburgh is getting DK back, which is huge because the offense has really struggled without him. I think Gainwell is the X factor
Yeah.
for the Steelers. That
Yeah.
guy,
It's another receiver.
he was the team
He's a
MVP.
receiver.
He was the
Yeah.
team MVP for them this year. Texans are the hottest team in football, though. They have won 9 games in a row after starting the season 3-5. I went back and forth and back and forth. Ultimately, I decided to take Houston -3.
Yeah, I think I unfortunately gonna have to agree with you again on this. I just don't know if I have faith in 40-year-old Rodgers coming out and getting it done against this type of defense. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. I think the Texans win this game, and I think they actually win by field. I think that line is right on.
Okay.
So you're calling for a push?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's what gets me to make this pick. Did you guys see T.J. Watt in that Baltimore game and coming after a collapsed lung surgery? The guy's on fire. They're going to be that defense at home. I think is going to rock the house, and I think they're going to get after Stroud.
This could be a low scoring.
Stroud's going to make some mistakes.
This could be a low scoring game.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. I think it's the lowest over-under total for the weekend.
I like Pittsburgh +3 in this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm either going to kick you guys' butts or fall way
You're going to have a
behind.
nice
I don't
cushion
think, I think I
or
only got one similar pick to you guys.
Well, this is going to be interesting going through all the playoff games.
Yeah.
you've got 3 the same as Brad, Jimmy Brad, and 2 the same as me. So yeah, this is where it's going to start getting interesting with this
There
contest.
are
here.
only 6 games. So
All right, so let's hear it. I'm gonna give my preseason Super Bowl picks are still in play. I had the Eagles and the Bills in the Super Bowl. I'm changing that up though. Before I give mine, let's start with you, Jimmy. Who do you got in the Super Bowl this year?
In the Super Bowl, I have.
And who do you have winning it? I want to know your Super Bowl picks and your winner.
My Super Bowl picks. I have from the AFC. I had the Patriots. As much as I hate it, and I don't want to say it, and I don't want it to be true, I just think they had the better team this year than the Bills, and I'm not sure these other teams could hang with them. But I had the Patriots versus the Rams, and I have the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Okay,
Good call.
Brad, what do you have?
I don't know. It's kind of a shot in the dark.
All this is.
Who I have?
I changed my thing 3 different times when I wrote it down.
This is hard this year.
Who I have for the Super Bowl's already looking for a new coach. My Baltimore Ravens. So I think it's a clear path for Buffalo after this first game. This is going to be the toughest challenge for them
Yeah.
for sure. I'm going Buffalo, Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Seattle kind of stays hot coming into this playoff with some big wins. They've proven they could beat the big teams.
Who do you have winning it?
Buffalo.
Got Buffalo taking
I
it this
want to
year?
see Allen win one.
Okay. Well, my head is telling me Rams out of the NFC, but you don't make Super Bowl picks with your head. You make Super Bowl picks with your heart. I've got the Eagles over the Jaguars, and I went back and forth. I had Eagles over Pats, Eagles over Jags, Eagles over Pats, Eagles over Jags. I think whoever wins the Pats-Jags matchup next week, assuming they both get through this week, is going to end up from the AFC. I don't know why. this Philly team, I think, is going to find something in this postseason. I think the offense is – I think we've got a Super Bowl MVP quarterback in Jalen Hurts who does one thing really well. He wins football games. It's not always pretty. He gets the job done. I think that defense is really starting to find its groove. And the big thing is the offensive line has been a mess this year just health-wise. They've had to move guys around. There's been a lot of guys in and out. The offensive line is starting to get healthy. We should get Lane Johnson back, which is huge.
Yeah.
Give me Eagles over Jags.
So I think we all have different teams in there.
Yeah, I want to write these down just so I remember them. Brad had
Seattle, Buffalo winning.
Buffalo, Seattle. Jimmy, you had...
I had Pats, Rams, and Rams winning it.
So this will be the test of our conversation earlier. Can a pretty good offense with a mediocre defense win the Super Bowl? Which that's what the Bills are this year. So let's see if they can make it happen.
Yeah.
I think by far it's the worst defense.
Look, the
in the
NFL,
playoff, but
the NFL to me is the best playoffs usually because when you don't have a team like the Chiefs in it and their dynasty or the Pats with their dynasty. Yeah. It's wide open. There different teams are all in there. Different teams win it every year. I'm excited to see this playoffs.
There's a lot of parity this year. Yeah, it's going to be a fun one to watch. All right, let's wrap it up. Last question I have for you guys: who, if you had a vote, who's getting your MVP this year? You go on Matt Stafford or Drake May. They're the only two guys in it right now. Stafford, last time I checked, was the betting favorite. I'm curious, you guys giving it to Matt Stafford or Drake May this year?
I'll go Drake May.
I'd probably lean Stafford. Stafford had 46 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Drake May had 31 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. New England also played the easiest schedule in the league, and the Rams had the 9th hardest. And like you said earlier, you don't get to choose who you play, but it certainly helps you out when you play, the Jets twice and Miami twice and, these other teams that they played.
Yeah.
So I think it's close. Drake May easily could win it. I think he had an amazing year. I think it's Stafford by a centimeter.
It's a tough one. Here I'm going Drake May too, Brad, and here's why. You've got the schedule issue for May. He doesn't choose who he gets to play. Stafford, I feel like this is like a career achievement award. He's never won an MVP. He's had an incredible year. Here's the difference, though. The MVPs typically go to 1 or 2 seeds, and the Rams are not that. They're a 5 seed. They did not win their division. Stafford is throwing the ball to Puka and Devontae Adams. Drake May does not. Look at that offense. There's no elite.
Hunter Henry's a solid option, but you can't make your tight end your only option.
And Hunter Henry is not a stud. He's not like a Travis Kelce in his prime or a Gronkowski or some of these other top tier, a McBride. Stafford has 2 incredible wide receivers. The thing that did it for me, though, it's a 10-win turnaround. The Patriots won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
They flip it around. They win 14 this year. So in a tight race, I'm giving it to Drake May.
I'd give the Mike Vrabel the MVP award before Drake May because, like you said, that turnaround is. I think that's more than Drake May. I think that's Vrabel just realigning that whole organization.
That's what does it for me too. Is just made the receivers he's had to throw to.
You give May Puka and Adams, and he's throwing for 5,500 yards and 50 touchdowns this year.
And like I said, I think this is going to be tight. I think we're going to see this really come down the wire, the MVP vote.
Oh, yeah. All right, you guys have any DFS picks for our listeners? We get into playoff mode here. Anybody stand out to you? Just 1 or 2?
Yeah, I got several Eagles. I have Jalen Hurts. Only 6,300.
Anytime touchdown.
Dallas Goedert, 4,200. Philly D for 2,900. And then I think you're going to see Josh Jacobs really get touch the ball a ton in that game versus the Bears, and Devontae Adams. going against Carolina, he's going to be back, and, Stafford's going to be looking for him early and often, especially in the red zone.
I think Colston Loveland is a great pick this week at 4,400 at tight end. With some of those receivers banged up the last couple weeks, he started to develop a chemistry with Caleb Williams, and then I think Jacksonville runs the ball on Buffalo in that game. So ETN at 6,600. And then give me Devontae Smith at 5,900. He shows up in the playoffs.
Yep.
He's had some good games over the years against San Francisco, and I just got a hunch that he's gonna have a big game this weekend.
I agree.
I just kept waiting all year in our fantasy league for him to explode, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
No,
nobody on that Philly offense has exploded.
No, he's a great receiver, but I think like you said in the playoffs, that's when he shines.
Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please give us a like, follow us on Instagram.
And also, in the comments, who's your Super Bowl pick? Who are the 2 teams you think are going to be in the Super Bowl? And if you get those correct, we'll give you a shout-out on here.
Drop a line of who had the best snake draft in these 90s
which
movies.
is your...
Good luck choosing that.
We like to pull bragging rights,
Which is your top movie pick of those that we chose? And then next week, again, we've got some fun. We're going to have some college football trivia next week thrown in the mix here with the before the national championship game, either next week or the following week. But we've definitely got that planned again.
We'll be putting out our sports mixtape 3-leg parlay before the games start again this weekend.
So close yet again.
Yeah.
I should have taken
We'll
the
get
2.5.
it. Hey, we'll get it this time.
I'm sorry. I led you. I should have taken the 2.5 instead of the straight up, but next time.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Peace.